Today we're going to be taking a quick look at the Generation 1 Constructicons. So let's get started.
Well, I guess it's time to go back to the 1980s, everybody. But relax, we're just visiting, not staying. Besides, I don't think I can deal with the bad hair and Pee Wee Herman again. Ugh. But in those early days of the Transformers, one probably stuck out the most. Devastator, without a doubt. Being the first that was introduced as a combiner team, regardless of any feelings you might have towards the Constructicons themselves. You knew once these guys appeared, something was going to happen. Something was going down. They brought total destruction to anything that came across their path. And back then, they really proved to be a thorn in the Autobots' side, for sure. Now, their origins can differ from cartoon and comic book, depending on what you want to go on. In the comics, they were created by Shockwave using Optimus Prime's creation matrix. However, in the cartoons, they were given the ability to combine by Megatron's Robo Smasher machine. And they were once friends with Omega Supreme when they were on Cybertron at that time. Now, their individual selves, including Scavenger, Bone Crusher, Mixmaster, Hook, Long Haul, and Scrapper, all had intelligent creative personas, versus their combined form, who was hell-bent on leveling anything that got in their way. Not a group of characters you would really want to try to be friends with, even if you are a Decepticon. Sadly enough. Now we have all the parts here in order to complete Devastator for his robot mode. We got the leg section, which I think is probably the easiest to break, just because it might start getting little wear marks on it and it'll just come flying off. The groin section, the chest shield, the fists, and the head. I think the head, is probably one of the best looking ones for our combiner.
It's nice after 20 some years these spring-loaded fists actually still work. Now we have their vehicle modes, starting with Mixmaster. Pretty cool. Nice little cement mixer truck. Bone Crusher, Bulldozer. Sadly, no wheels on the bottom, so you gotta scoot them around. Does have a slightly movable shovel on the front, and this moves. That's mainly due to transformation. We have the leader, Scavenger, who is a payloader. Pretty cool. Move up and down. You know what? I don't understand why I can't get this freaking head back down. It just won't go back in all the way. I know that's got to go back in all the way, but it won't. So I don't know. Rolls pretty well. Long Haul, the dump truck. And I was always a big fan of these because I used to have a lot of Tonka trucks and Tonka toys when I was a kid. The real ones, the metal ones. So this, dead on a Tonka truck. Pretty cool. We have Hook, the crane. And this guy's probably got the most features than any of them, just because you can pull that out, and it goes out pretty far. He's got the little hook, which is probably easily broken. You gotta be real careful with these guys. You don't want to break them. And also, the back turns full 360. Very nice. And it rolls excellent. And we have Scavenger, the excavator, or steam shovel, whatever you want to call it. He also can turn slightly. It does turn all the way around. And of course the shovel can move up and down and extend out. All of them are real nice. I have no problem with any of the vehicle modes. Other than, well, Scavenger and Bone Crusher not having any wheels, but what can you do? And now we have the robot modes, starting with Bone Crusher. And I'll leave these guys up to your own interpretation, if you like them or not. In my opinion, I think if you get these guys as individual ones, they're still nice to have, even if you don't have their combined form. Long Haul. I think they all got pretty good face sculpts. scrapper. His head don't want to stay up. Yeah, they're decent. They're kind of hard to make out on the camera. Mixmaster. Hook. This guy's got to be the heaviest one out of the bunch, just because he has this metal hinge on his back. So I don't think you really have to worry about this guy falling over. Only thing that looks a little odd is the foot. One foot's bigger than the other. But, yeah. And I think the weakest one, in my opinion, has got to be Scavenger. I don't know, it's just something about him. I mean, I couldn't part with him, but I don't know. I don't think he looks as good as the other ones. I don't know why. I can't come up with anything, but maybe it's just because he moves like that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of his legs either. Wobbly a bit. And here are the Constructicons in their combined form. Devastator. Now, honestly, I can't see how kids back then could have played with this guy without getting pissed off. He is so easily able to fall to pieces. So easily. I mean, the legs don't move for one. The arms do slightly move, but if you try to, they'll fall off, or you'll activate those spring-loaded missile hands by mistake, and pieces will just start flying all over the damn place. But if you can get past that, this guy makes one awesome, awesome robot. Definitely worth having. Not to mention he looks great with all your other combiners as well. Makes a nice display piece for your shelf, and I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day.